Is this Jim?
Yes, it is, Mr. President.
Jim, I figured when I saw you that we were going to be hoping for some good news, and we did. And I just wanted to say congratulations.
Thank you so much, sir. I think it was your wishes.
You know, your leadership on this, you know, has changed the country.
That was exactly what it looks and sounds like. President Obama calling the plaintiff in this historic same-sex marriage case, broadcast by CNN as it happened. We have the plaintiff with us right now, along with Chad Griffin, president of the advocacy group Human Rights Campaign. Of course, Mr. Obergefell, you have your own name, but you are known as the plaintiff. You are known as history now. What does it mean to you and your bow tie?
Thanks, Chris. This has just been a momentous, incredible experience for me. And, you know, I did this because of my love for my husband. And to have it now impact people across the country is just an indescribable experience for me. It's been just wonderful, is the easiest way to put it.
Well, you got the outcome you wanted, but the name Obergefell will always be connected with this for better and for worse. How do you deal with the second part of that proposition?
Well, I concentrate on the fact that on Friday, our country became a better place. And I concentrate on the love and support that I've received from around the country. I know what I did was the right thing. And our Supreme Court can affirm that on Friday. So I concentrate on that. And I know that there will be bad things that happen and bad things that people say, but I'm confident that I did the right thing.
Chad Griffin, good to see you, sir. You have said many times this is not the end of the battle for equality. It is just a new battle line. What do you make of the reaction to the decision thus far, and what do you think we will see to come?
Well, look, Chris, we're actually talking to you from Texas, from Austin, Texas. This is a state where there are no statewide non-discrimination protections for LGBT folks. So in the majority of states in this country, even after this historic opinion, you know, that a couple can get married at 10 a.m., they can be fired by noon, and they can be evicted from their homes by 2 p.m. simply because there are no explicit protections in federal law when it comes to non-discrimination. That is the next forefront of this battle, and that is certainly the next forefront in Congress.
You know the law very well around this area. What happens if I am the local clerk or the Attorney General in Texas and I say, I'm not doing this because of religious objection grounds, as my Attorney General directed? What are the possible remedies?
Well, I think what's important to note is religious freedom is alive and well in this country. That's why we have the First Amendment, as you know, Chris. Now, when it comes to law, the order and the decision by the United States Supreme Court, by a justice who is a Republican appointed by President Ronald Reagan, that order is very clear. Public officials have to move forward and execute marriage licenses in every single state equally. Equally to straight couples as they do same-sex couples. I expect that's going to happen. There are certainly politicians around this country, certainly one here in this state, that's trying to score some cheap political points. History will not be kind to those folks, but I do expect that very soon and very quickly, in a matter of days, those marriage licenses will be issued equally. It might take a few days, but days, not weeks.
And if they don't go with the Supreme Law land, there's obviously federal remedies that will wind up attaching liability to the individuals directly. So there's a little bit of a high buy-in there. But Chad, you've always been very forward-looking in terms of how many different fronts there are in this that still need to be fought. Important perspective without killing the joy of the moment. I understand that. Mr. Obergefell, now as you move forward with your own life, you got the result that you wanted. Were you preparing yourself just in case it didn't go this way?
Well, Chris, I really tried hard not to think about that possibility because honestly it was too painful and too scary to consider that the highest court in the land would say, yes, Jim, you and John are second-class citizens. All couples like you are second-class citizens. I wasn't willing to spend my energy even considering that because it was just simply too scary.
And then I see you sitting in the back of a 60-something Lincoln in a parade, being celebrated for what it is. There is cachet, certainly within the community, and those who support this law, this finding of law by the Supreme Court. You think it's going to change life for you going forward?
It already has, Chris. You know, I discovered over the past year that I am really happy fighting for something that's bigger than I am, bigger than anything I ever thought I could do. And I fully intend to continue that fight. As Chad mentioned, the lack of non-discrimination protections across the country for too many people is something I need to fight for. And I need to help fight to make sure that our transgendered brothers and sisters enjoy at least basic protections. So I'm in this fight. It's become too important to me.
Chad, you've been studiously avoiding people believing that this was the big one and now you can relax. So what is the message? You started by saying you're in Austin, Texas right now because, as you said, you could get married in the morning and fired in the afternoon and both would be legal. So what is the message?
The message is we've got to use this historic moment. We've got to take the momentum that we have and catapult ourselves into the victories ahead of us. This was a massive and a giant step forward that's been decades in the making. Now we've got to focus that momentum to achieve these victories that are ahead of us. We've got a long ways to go, but it's a great path and a great place to be on that we are today after this historic decision that was brought to us by Jim and by his legal team.
A decision that certainly changed the balance of progress on all the issues involved with the LGBT community. Chad, thank you very much.
No
Mr.
question.
Obergefell, a name everybody will know now. Good luck to you going forward, sir. Thank you for joining us on New Day.
Thank you, Chris.